All right, I want to just go over a couple of things. There was a letter that went out last week, Friday, signed by more than 40 trade associations, and is calling on Congress to reject the proposal that will allow the IRS to track all bank transactions over $600 under the Biden plan. This is weaponizing the IRS. The Biden administration is beefing the IRS auditing up, expanding the agency's funding by dramatic leaps and bounds, and also increasing their power. They are now proposing that banks would be required to turn to the Internal Revenue Service all bank account information for accounts holding $600 or more. Now, Biden says this is to go after the rich, to make sure that the rich pay their taxes. I'm pretty sure the rich have more than $600 in their bank account. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people in this audience that would not consider themselves rich have at least $600 in their bank account. Every time you would deposit your paycheck, assuming that you make more than $600 a month or every 2 weeks, you would be reported to the IRS. And all of the activity that you do with your money and your bank account will be monitored. So 40 trade associations, some represent entire industries or economic sectors, signed a letter to the U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Kevin McCarthy raising the alarm on this plan. The letter, which includes the support of several banking coalitions, calls on Congress to reject the requirement, saying it violates customer privacy and would create an incredibly expensive and elaborate reporting requirement for the banks. This is one, I believe, of their objectives. This is going to hit the community bank much harder than Citibank. Citibank has the money and the resources to hit any new federal requirement, but your local bank won't have that. So it will put pressure on your local bank to be able to even afford to do it, even if they didn't want to do it. If it's law, they'll have to. While the stated goal of this vast data collection is to uncover tax dodging by the wealthy, this proposal is not remotely targeted to that purpose or that population. In addition to the significant privacy concerns, it would create tremendous liability for all affected parties by requiring the collection of financial information for nearly every American without proper explanation of how the IRS will store, protect, and use this enormous trove of personal financial information. We believe that this is a program costly for all parties, not fit for purpose, and loaded with potential for unintended and serious negative consequences. It will target almost every American. Republicans on the House Ways and Means Committee are scheduling a virtual roundtable Wednesday entitled The Weaponization of the IRS, a Sordid History and Need for Taxpayer Protections. Could the GOP do more than a frickin' virtual roundtable? Do you really need to sit around a table and talk about this, or can you act? Where is the GOP? So you know, if you're in a local bank and they haven't alerted you to this, you should call your local bank. If you are in a bank, Citibank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, any of those big banks, I would not be doing business with them myself personally, because they are benefiting from this private-public partnership with the government like nobody's business. They are also part of the ESG nightmare that is coming your way. I saw FNB Community Bank. This is a bank in Oklahoma. They put a consumer alert out, says, join us in telling Congress the proposed IRS bank account profiling is intrusive and indiscriminate for our customers. They explain it and then put a link there saying, here's how you contact Congress right away. You should do that, and you should move your money to a bank that is doing that. You need to have your money in a local bank. It is critically important. Also, Bloomberg is reporting inflation and supply shortages mean a return of empty shelves and panic buying. Please do not panic buy. Please get yourself prepared for food shortages. In my lifetime, I have only seen empty shelves in America at big, huge winter storms when everybody freaks out and hurricanes and things like that. That's when I'll see empty store shelves. Other than that, I've never seen them in America. You're starting to see shelves now that are looking an awful lot like the shelves in the former Soviet Union. If you're my age, you remember what those looked like. They had lines for toilet paper, lines for meat. Those things are coming this way. And don't believe that it is all about coronavirus. It isn't. You are being ushered into a new normal. I talked about this on last Wednesday night special. This is the new normal that is coming your way. Supply lines are struggling as producers such as Vietnam, responsible for making everything from sneakers to coffee, are hurt by COVID restrictions. It's not just the COVID restrictions. It's the fact that the United States government is paying people more money than they can make for working. So people at the docks, truckers, all these people who are choosing to stay home and take money from the government instead of going to work are the ones that are really hurting us. And just so you know, if you are one of those people, I understand the temptation. I do. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. You are changing the country. You're changing our work ethic. You're changing absolutely everything about us. Please go back to work.